Listen to this. New data is reportedly showing warning signs for the Democratic Party as Gen Z seems to be shifting more towards the GOP than millennials. The Hill citing a report from Decision Desk HQ saying, quote, Democratic registration among young white men historically around 49% had fallen to 29%. The report also found modest losses among young non-white women. Roughly a decade ago, Democratic registration peaked at more than 80%. It is now at 75%. About 66% of young non-white men had usually registered Democratic, but the report noted Democratic voter registration now sat at 54%. Joining me now is Woke of the Week host Justine Brooke Murray. Justine, it is great to see you. Thank you for joining us. So red arrows across the board when it comes to young voters. Why is this happening?
Yeah, well, first, thank you so much for having me. This week especially has been very radicalizing for young people, centrists, and people who have never even been involved in politics before because they saw a major leader of Gen Z assassinated simply because of his views. I was a member of College Republicans just 7 years ago, and there was about 10 guys and me, and we were in the basement of our language arts building. That's the only place where we were allowed to be. And so much has changed because it's been podcasters and people like Charlie Kirk, people who actually went to our campuses and realized that Gen Z, we want to be spoken to. We don't want to be yelled at. Our professors left us on campus. All they did was shout us down and shut us down. And for the first time, we actually felt like our voices were being heard. Charlie Kirk was speaking to people from across the aisle, people whom he disagreed with, and he was always very respectful. We're not seeing that from the left. The left all they do is demonize us, call us Nazis and fascists. They don't actually want to have a conversation with the people whom they claim they're trying to convert.
So you attribute these numbers to the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and I do understand where you're coming from there. But now that he has passed away, he's dead, I mean, who fills that spot? He was so remarkable in the fact that he could debate anybody, and he had a real way about him in terms of invigorating young people to join the movement. Now that he's no longer with us, what happens?
There's so many other young people who are going to take the torch, and nobody can be Charlie Kirk. But we've already seen so many tens of thousands of chapters, people trying to start Turning Point USA chapters on their own campuses. And we have a free online society now, so anybody can speak up. It's a matter of not being afraid to do so. And that's what Charlie has taught us.
I think that we all knew that this trend was happening among young people, but a 49% fall down to 29%. I mean, that is a massive drop when it comes to young men. Does that surprise you?
It doesn't surprise me at all. When I was on campus, we were taught that men were evil, especially if you're a white man. You were taught that you live a life of privilege. Every day your professors would sometimes yell at you, they would shut you down. I remember we were speaking about GW. I attended a pre-college. I was 16 years old, and I was sitting in a room full of students, and everybody raised their hand because the professor called on us, and the professor said, I'm sorry, I don't want to call on any white men in this room. I only want to talk to women. So it starts with that.
So who would want to join a party that demonizes them, right?
Exactly. And then they wonder why so many people are edging away from the party. And then they assign this Democrat, left-wing, feminist activist, a third-wave feminist to try to reel men back in.
Yeah.
Well, nobody wants to be lectured to and told that they're evil. But at the same time, come join us.
Yeah, Democrats would be smart to look at these numbers and heed the warning signs, right? 49 to 29% is something that should not be ignored. Justine Brooke Murray, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, as always.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.